Hey loves, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Faith, and on the topic of reparation, today I'll be checking out Piers Morgan as he interviews Douglas Murray, and Douglas says we are tired of it. Should we apologize for the past? Let me know guys in the comment section if the whites should apologize for the past in terms of slavery. And if you are yet to subscribe to this channel, please consider subscribing. Give this video a massive thumbs up, comment, share, and all that good stuff. And without much ado, let's see what this video is all about.
The problem is we've forgotten how to be genuinely proud of our great countries, both America and the United Kingdom, two of the greatest countries in the world. It's almost like every day now, somebody somewhere, normally on the left, the woke left, is queuing up to find a reason to hate the countries and their histories.
That's true.
Well, it's a kind of grievance competition. Your guest earlier just tried to engage in it. I don't know what hurt she believes she's had from slavery. All of this was addressed 2 centuries ago. Everything has consequences. All history has consequences and ramifications. But, if we were to play this fairly, we would at least look at all of the countries around the world that engaged in the slave trade who are simply not interested in any form of reparations. The Ottoman Empire, all the Arab countries who not just traded far more slaves than across the Atlantic, but castrated all the men so that there wouldn't be any more African slaves after them. They worked them to the bone. I see no interest across Africa in paying reparations for selling their brother and sister Africans into slavery or for working them to the bone to the present day. There is slavery across Africa today. In fact, there are more slaves in the world today than there were at the height of the transatlantic slave trade. So some of us are simply a bit bored of hearing people ripping at closed wounds and then crying about their hurt or their presumed hurt, because everybody could do this. 1 million Europeans were stolen by North Africans over the course of decades of the North African Barbary pirate slave trade. Where would you end if you did that? The answer is you couldn't end, because nobody is alive who has actually suffered the hurt, and nobody is alive who did the wrong. And I'd make one other point, if I may. It's always the countries that people want to come to who are put through this struggle session. Britain, like America and France, are the most desired destinations for migrants worldwide, and have been for centuries. Why is that? It's not because we're racist, it's because we're better. It's because we're good. It's because when we see racism, we actually call it out and recognize it as a sin. Try finding that across Africa. Try finding that across the Middle East or in China. Nobody would hear. So what we have is a situation where the more virtuous countries are presented as the worst countries. It's sick, and most of us are tired of it.
Exactly.
Thank you, Douglas.
I am so sorry that Douglas is bored by the pain that has come
That's not what he said.
through slavery.
It's not bored.
I'm
he
so
didn't say
tired.
that.
I'm tired
What
of
you're doing
hearing
there,
about it.
but hang on, Paula.
He's not-
Paula, you're being very disingenuous. That's not
I
what
don't
he
think
said.
I am,
And
and I
viewers
think
aren't
if you
stupid.
read his article-
They know exactly what he said. He's not saying he's bored by the pain. He's saying, and I think it's a perfectly valid point, the pain that people who are alive today are claiming they're suffering for what happened
what?
200 or 300 years is
my
not a
gosh.
real pain. They're not the ones who suffered what was going on 200, 300 years ago.
Exactly.
So in terms of justice for all, I mean, I think we'd all agree that there
Well,
should
I'm
be
not
justice.
suffering from when the
What
Normans
justice?
invaded
We'd
this
all
country.
agree.
I'm not suffering from what my ancestors went through.
I noticed
Or
that
from
I'm
the-
not being allowed to respond.
Hang
I
on,
noticed
or from
if
the Romans.
there's-
In other words, where do you take this? I mean, should I now be
Well, I can
feeling
take
pain
it to
from what the Romans
2015.
did to this
In
country?
terms of slavery, I can take it to 2015 when the slave owners were compensated by the government. So I can take it to that
But which is your
extent.
personal
have.
pain?
And I can say to you, that I don't think that apologising is a bad thing. I think that apologising
bad
for
thing.
a wrong is a
Why
good thing.
are you
I think that
apologising?
the Dutch royal family have done a fantastic thing in acknowledging
I think it'll
what
make
has gone
Okay,
wrong
I hear you,
in
but I
society.
honestly think it'll make no difference at all.
At all. Like, absolutely no difference. Why should anyone apologize for what happened centuries ago? Like, I'm so mad, I'm so pissed when I hear about this slavery reparation, because the people that this thing affected directly, none of them is even alive today, and their descendants are the ones that are actually enjoying the benefit of the slave trade. I mean, you guys, no matter how life is hard over there in America or the Britain, I mean, it's still more than 80% to 90% better than the average Africans. One question I keep asking is, what if your forefathers weren't enslaved to America or the Britain? Where would you have even been? Let's even talk about the whole word slavery. Everybody has been either a perpetrator or a victim of this slave trade. Either the slave trade benefited you positively or negatively. The whole world actually took part in this slavery, and slavery did not even start from Africa. And the fact that slavery didn't even start from Africa is what totally blows my mind, because what we are taught in school is totally different from what I am beginning to learn today. During the time I was in school, we were made to understand that slavery was all about a white man coming to Africa and then buying the blacks and taking them over to the Western world. But it has been proven otherwise, that slavery even didn't start in Africa. Oh my gosh, you guys, I am tired of hearing about slave and slavery reparation. Why should anyone pay anyone for what happened centuries ago? And why should anyone apologize? Like, what difference will it make if I come and apologize for what I didn't even take part, or what you didn't even take part? Why should I be the one to apologize for something that happened centuries ago? You guys, this is beginning to bore me, and I can see where Douglas Murray is coming from. This whole talk about slavery reparation, we all are tired of it. Even as an African who live in Africa, I am totally done with this whole talk about slavery reparation. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. What do you think about slavery reparation? Do you think the blacks should be paid for what happened to their forefathers? And do you think they are really experiencing the pain of what happened centuries ago? And in what way or form are they suffering from these pains? Let me know in the comment section. And do you also think that the white should apologize to the black? And if they should, who exactly are they going to be apologizing to? How are they going to know the statistics of the true descendants of this slavery? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. I really enjoy reacting to this video. If you guys totally enjoyed watching, give it a massive thumbs up, comment, share, and all that good stuff. And this is me officially signing out. I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.